It is hot singles time again, ladies and gentlemen. I've been out buying. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I have to go and buy myself some hot singles every now and again, every month in fact, in order to try and complete my collections. If you are new to the channel, then please do subscribe down below, and I go through basically my collections and we start talking about the cards that I need for the collections, and I show you what I have picked up over the course of the month. Now, I put a poll out on YouTube when I was about to go and buy these cards, and I said, what should I be purchasing this time around? And the overwhelming winner was that Dragonair and Absol should be purchased this month. Now, Dragonair there was a few that I could pick up for Dragonair. Absol is actually one where I've got a lot of the cheaper Absol cards now, and it is just the more expensive ones that I need to pick up. So I only grabbed one Absol because it was a bit more pricey than the others. And I was also buying, and I spent a fair bit on this one, to be honest. So yeah, we've only got a few cards to go through. In fact, let me just show you the stack. Not a massive amount of cards, but there's some real nice ones in there, including a very special one at the end. So with that, let's get into what I have purchased. So we're starting off by looking at the cards that we have pulled during our Prismatic Evolutions openings that will go into my collection. So first of all, we do of course have the Houndour and Houndoom, both of which got cards in Prismatic Evolutions. So they will be going at the tail end of the Houndour and Houndoom binder. I appreciate the fact that these are Dark type. A lot of them have been Dark type actually in the Scarlet and Violet era, but I love the fact that you get the mixture of fire and dark with the Houndour and Houndoom binder. So that is our Houndour and Houndoom purchases. They didn't do too well in the poll when I was trying to see whether people wanted me to buy. So next month we are going to be looking at Houndour and Houndoom for sure. And we've got Prismatic Evolutions Espeon, of course. My boy Espeon, my absolute favourite Pokemon in the whole world. And yeah, Espeon here is, I really like this card. I think it's a really cute card. And I'm really glad that that can go into the Espeon binder right at the back. And lastly, from Prismatic Evolutions, we have the Shaman. Now, the Shaman, I've just taken the Shaman out of the Mythical binder, along with the next two cards. Because if you missed the stream that I did a couple of weeks ago now, we've set up the Mythical binder. It is all set. You can find the stream on YouTube if you wanted to go and watch it. It was like 3 hours to get it all set up, and it is just me talking, but you know, it's a really cool binder. It took me a while to set up, and I'm really happy with it. But Shaman was one of the cards that we added into the binder during that stream, alongside this Japanese Mew from well, it's a CD promo. I think I want to say it's Koro, but I might be wrong there. And this is the very first mythical Pokemon that I can find released. And this card is really nice. It's really classic. It's before the promos even had numbers. It's just got the number of the Pokemon as the number. It's just really cool. So this is the very first card that you see in the Mythical binder now, and then it was only released in Japanese. It was never released in English, so I had to go and grab this. But we put that in on the stream, as well as Mew from Evolutions. Now I'll grab this one because Mew from Evolutions that I had was the reverse holo, and I wanted the regular holo, and I really like the regular holo for this. The holo on it is really nice. The fact that it's just loads of twinkling stars in the background, it is a really pretty card. So yeah, I wanted to pick this up. We are of course going to have to get this in the promo as well, which is will be on the front page, the promo version. But yeah, the one from Evolutions is a really nice holo to it. So those are cards that have already been seen on the channel. Now let's go into what we have got elsewhere. So we've got Absol EX, this is from Power Keepers, but this is the reprint of the Power Keepers one. So the Power Keepers one is a little bit more expensive than this. So I picked this one up because we need it anyway at some point, and it was still a semi-pricey card. And so this is one of the World Championship Series cards, and you can see World Championships 2007 on the back there. A really pretty card. I'm looking forward to getting the EX of it. I actually am going to need 2 of the Absol EXs because I'm very close to completion of Power Keepers, and it might be a set that I try and look into completing in the future. But yeah, Absol EX, really pretty card. It'll look nice when you get the proper one in the holo, because this is non-holo. Then we have got some Dragonairs, and we've got a few Dragonairs to go through here. We've got 2 Dark Dragonairs, both of them the same. I will actually feel, do I need to change the sleeve on that? That seems a bit small. Okay, it's a bit big even. But yeah, we've got Dark Dragonair from Team Rocket. As you know, I already have the majority of the Team Rocket set, but I didn't have 2 copies of Dark Dragonair, so I needed to grab another one. I didn't want to break up Team Rocket, so this one was is always been in my Team Rocket binder. And then we've got the Legendary Collection version of Dark Dragonair from Team Rocket, which is it came like they reprinted a bunch of cards a couple of years later, a couple of years after the sort of base sets came out, and this got a reprint in there, so I grabbed it as well. We then have Dragonair from like E-Series era, which I forget exactly which set this is from. I can't remember. Yeah, I order that many that I forget exactly where it's from. I think it's a really pretty card. I like the fact that it's kind of coming through the clouds. I really like the artwork on that one. And then we have got Dark Dragonair from Team Rocket Returns. There's 2 different Dark Dragonairs from Team Rocket Returns. I already had the other one, so I've picked up, I think the other one's number 32, and we picked up number 31. So yeah, really nice card, and I like that a lot. We have Dragonair from, that's like Diamond and Pearl era, I think. This one, I don't know. I'm going to have to try and see if I can find other copies of this card to see whether this is just how it looked around the edges, because it looks kind of washed out, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, the rest of the card is in good condition. I'm not entirely sure whether it is just a little bit washed out or if that was the style of the era. But yeah, this is, again, a really pretty artwork. I mean, the writing doesn't look washed out, which is what's making me think that it is just the style of the era. If you know down in the comments, please let me know. And then we've got Dragonair, another Dragonair. Again, I just forget what all of these sets are from, and I should write them down and have them to hand, shouldn't I? Really, but you know, I'm a bad YouTuber, I guess. And then we go on to Feebas. Now, my goal this month, because I knew that Feebas was not going to be a very expensive Pokemon to complete, my goal this month was to complete Feebas except for the full art, which was released in Surging Sparks, I think it was released in. So I wanted to complete Feebas, and I'm happy to say that I have done that. So now that binder just needs the Surging Sparks full art and then my Milotic cards, which is really nice position to be in. It's the same position as I'm in with like Dino as well. It's like, to complete that binder, I need to get all of the high dragons, but having all of the dinos and Zweilous make me feel a little bit better. Feebas, I don't know. These cards are cool. He always looks a little bit sort of, oh, what am I doing here? You got a random fire type that's going to be in there as well from the old Delta Species era. When they were doing random types. It's kind of, I suppose, like the Terra types now, but this is the old way that they used to do it with just randomly turned up as a fire type one day. And we got the Diamond and Pearl era here. And more Feebas. And it's nice to see all the different artworks for the same Pokemon that you can get. He just doesn't look like he's meant to be there, does he? And then the last card that we've got, you can probably see that this is not in my usual exact fit sleeves. That's because this isn't going in any of my collection binders. This is the first time that I've actually bought a card for a set on this sort of series, and that's because we got ourselves the Holo Dark Alakazam from Team Rocket. I only need 2 more cards for Team Rocket now. I need Dark Blastoise and Dark Charizard, and that set is complete. I would probably like to get another copy of the Dark Raichu if possible, because it is, the one that I've got is not brilliant quality. It is fine. It's probably good, but it's a played condition, let's put it that way. But here we have got the Dark Alakazam Holo, which is a really cool card. It's so nice. I like the fact that the Holo just hits that light, really, and the sort of shadows around it. It's a really pretty card. So yeah, Dark Alakazam is going to be going into the Team Rocket set. So with that, let's check out the actual binders. Let's get them all put in, and let's see what we can do here. Let's start by showing off the Feebas binder. I've got all of the cards in, and Feebas is looking strong. Feebas and Milotic looking strong here. Obviously, we need the Milotic cards in these early sections, but yeah, I love little Feebas. I think he's cute. I think he's cool. I really do. And the fact that he grows up into being one of the best Pokemon ever made in Milotic. One of my favourite Pokemon of all time is... I'm really happy that I chose to collect Feebas as well as Milotic and not just the Milotic cards. Just because, like, these Feebas cards have cost me less than £20 to get all of these Feebas cards. And I'm going to have to spend on the Surging Sparks full art, but that's it, really. And it is a great little Pokemon to have. So, yeah, Feebas is now almost complete. We'll grab the illustration rare next month, and we'll be able to put that in. All right, Dragonair is next. Now, Dragonair is one that I've been sort of tossing up recently as to whether I want to also try and collect Dratini and Dragonite. But Dragonair here, the first page is now looking much nicer. I think there's a base set 2 that we're missing. If I remember rightly, Dragonair had like a reprint of base set 1 in base set 2. I might be wrong with that though, and I'm pretty sure that Dragonair hasn't. The original base set Dragonair has like 3 reprints, but that's all fine. That's all something that we can look into at a later date. And we have a beautiful page here with both of the Team Rocket Returns cards on, but just Dragonair just never had a bad print. It's never had a bad artwork at all, and it is a gorgeous card. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on the 151 full art, of course. But for now, we're just having to settle. The reason that I'm thinking of getting the Dragonite as well is so that this card has got a few EX and GX and V style cards in there as well. So I'm just tossing it up whether to get them. Plus Dratini's really cool. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Should I collect the full family, or should I just stick to Dragonair? Dragonair's my favourite of the 3. That's why I collect Dragonair. And it's just never had a bad artwork. So, yeah, Dragonair. Unsure as to whether I want to go any further and collect Dratini and Dragonite. That'll be probably an expensive... I feel like Dragonite's probably got some expensive cards out there. All right, next up we've got Absol. Of course, Absol, I have worked out what I need to go in the binder, and there's not a massive amount left. There isn't too many left, which is nice. The Power Keepers reprint here. I've kept it separate from the Power Keepers because Power Keepers 1 is hollow, so we've kept it separate from there. But all of these Absol cards are minimum of £10. They are now the more expensive cards in the set, and some of them are considerably more expensive than that. But then we get to pages like this where it just looks really cool. Absol just pops out of this white binder really well, especially with the full arts and half arts, which is a really cool Pokemon to have. So yeah, Absol, brilliantly. I don't know. It's It's a binder that I'm really proud of so far. And as well, I'm very proud of this binder because this is Espeon, of course. And Espeon, we of course have our first edition from Neo Discovery. We've got a couple of Japanese cards that we need to get. So some of the early cards are a little bit pricey for Espeon. Delta Species, I think, is the next one that I'm going to attempt to get because it's on the cheaper side. This is a card that we'll never have. Maybe the Aquapolis non-holo might be something that we can grab. The holo is obviously very expensive. But Pop Series 5 is a card that we will never buy unless something incredible happens. I'm tempted to get the other holo versions of this. I think this is Call of Legends, I want to say. We've got the Shatterfoil holo, and you can just get like a regular holo for it. And I think a non-holo as well. So I might pick those up. And then later on, we need the Lost Thunder Espeon because the version that I have has got the Mewtwo stamp on it. So that is something that we need to pick up. That's actually probably the cheapest one that I can get a hold of now. So I should be looking for that one next in here. We require a couple of Japanese from Tag All-Stars. But then later on in this binder, we have got some beautiful full arts, beautiful illustration rares. And of course, the newest edition from Prismatic Evolutions. But we need the special illustration rare and the double rare. And whatever else there is in Prismatic Evolutions of Espeon. I think there's 3 in total, including this guy. So, yeah, we need the other 2, obviously. So that will be onto another page there. But, yeah, beautiful binder. This was the first binder that I started collecting as a collector of specific Pokemon. So Espeon was my first one. And then Houndour and Houndoom. This just needs a bit of focus still. So we've not changed it up. We've not worked out where each card is going to go just yet. And it's kind of a bit of a hodgepodge of some of things are from different sets. And I just need to tighten down on it a little bit. Of course, we've got the Obsidian Flames Full Art Houndour. We don't have the one from Shrouded Fable, though, which I really want. And then Prismatic Evolutions both fall in nicely there. So I'm going to swap over so that you can see the Mythical binder properly now, because I've got a lot to show you with that. So the first one that I'm going to go through now is the fact that we've got Team Rocket all built up. So Team Rocket, over on this page here, I know you can't see that great from here, but we have the Dark Alakazam now, number 1 of 82. We just need the Blastoise and the Dark Charizard. And then this set is complete, which, yeah, I'm really excited. That's my goal for this year. Get this set complete. Get that Charizard, get that Blastoise, and we can have a complete set of Team Rocket. My first ever completed set in my collection. That is my plan for the year, without a doubt. But yeah, I love Team Rocket. It's a beautiful set. So now let's go through the Mythical binder. So if you missed the stream that I did the other week, I have set this Mythical binder up how I want it to be set now. So it is now set in chronological order rather than in Pokemon order. So before, when you opened it up to the first page, all you saw was a page full of Mew. And then the next page was a page full of Celebi. And then it would go on through Jirachi, Deoxys, all the way through up until Pecharunt. There's 210 cards in this binder. And out of about 560 odd mythical Pokemon cards that I can find. So this is what it looks like now. Let's open it up, and we have got lots of gaps, admittedly, because a lot of these early stages are a little bit more difficult to get a hold of. But of course, this is the first few years of how the Mythicals were released. So you had the CD promo that we've picked up. We've got the Wizards of the Coast Black Star promo number 8 and number 9, which we're missing. And then the Ancient Mew. And then we get Celebi turns up pretty early. So the fact that we've now got Celebi on the front page as well is nice, because it just kind of shows off. So what I need to be doing is completing these early pages, because yeah, it's that part's rough. The fact that we've got very few cards in these early stages. A lot of them as well are Japanese only because they never got an English print. So you get things like Seas Manaphy and stuff like that, which just never got an English print. They don't do that as often nowadays, but every now and again there is one that is like a Japanese only print. But we've got Phione that turns up here, and then as we come through we start to see more and more cards. So here's where the Platinum Arceus is, so that's going to be filled with loads of Arceus cards. We have a double page spread of nothing there. We start seeing Genesect crop up. But this now is how I want the binder to look. Obviously, just populated with all of the cards. That would be nice, but it is all in chronological order. We've got the Evolutions Mew there alongside its reverse holo form. And we start seeing more and more cards as we come through this binder. And it's now like a chronology of mythical Pokemon and how they have looked over the years. So I really like how this binder is shaping up, but obviously there's a lot of work to be done on here until you get towards the end of the binder where you start seeing a full page. Yeah, so I'm actually, one of the things that I am going to do is get these 3 Victinis, because the double page spread in this binder is really nice. That's really good for me and make me feel good. And then we go on to, we get up to Astral Radiance. So now we're at the point where Astral Radiance is where I started collecting cards again. So we go on to Astral Radiance and now Brilliant Stars and stuff. We get into the stuff that I've been collecting as we've started this channel, essentially. So this is real nice to see this. And then we've got Crown Zenith cards, 3 Zeraoras on this page from Crown Zenith. And then this will be a nice double page spread. So that's something that I'm also going to look at, is getting these Zeraoras in here as well. And then move on to the most recent set with Obsidian Flames Victini, which we do still need to get. We do have, there's a Victini promo that I'm missing somewhere. We do have that, which is going to go in at some point, but that is for a future video, which you're going to see next week. Spoilers, you're going to see that next week. And we've got this, you know, we're missing like a Zarude from Japan. This hasn't had an English print yet. Kind of hoping it gets an English print at some point, and then we don't need to worry about that. We could just shift everything forward one. We've got yeah, the Victini EX SV142. I do actually have that card. I'm just waiting to be able to put it in here for other things to happen. But yeah, loads and loads of really cool stuff. And then of course we go on to Prismatic Evolutions, with the last card needed being Petulant EX. And there are not many pages left in this binder. 4 more pages after this. So yeah, not many pages left in this binder, which means we're going to have to get a new binder, or one of the XXL binders that Voltex have started doing for when they fill up. But I'm thinking that this binder, like, that's still another 50 cards. There's still another 50 odd cards that will fit in this binder. So I think we're okay for another year or two before they release enough mythical Pokemon that this binder will be filled. Unless, of course, they do another Crown Zenith and they just bombard us with 20 or so mythical Pokemon all in one go. But with that, thank you very much everybody who has tuned into this video. I really do appreciate just going through my collection with you guys. I enjoy this so much. I just love being able to share the entire hobby with you, which is why I started the live streaming when I was making up the binder, because that's just a part of the hobby. And normally it is sit and play some music and do that. And I was really happy with how many people turned up for that stream and was chatting to me during the stream and everything like that whilst I was just putting my cards in order. It was really nice. So thank you very much everybody who has tuned in and has continued to tune into the channel. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you next time.